Why do you have to release all 13 episodes at one time, Netflix? I have a life! At least I did! Thanks a lot! Today on the Bear Movie Guy looks at Daredevil, the new Netflix show. Oh yeah, we finally finished it. Let's talk about it. Brought to you by the Bear Movie Guy. Hi, the Bear Movie Guy, and today I'm talking about Daredevil. Now, before I go any further, did you see the Lego? Me watching TV, watching Daredevil? That was made by my friend CBL Animation. I highly recommend you check his channel out. He does some amazing things with Lego, and I'm going to put a link to it in the description. Thanks, man. It looks great, and I plan to use that for a lot of things. I'm going to be reviewing some more TV shows coming up. So now that that's out of the way, Daredevil, yeah! I gotta be honest, Daredevil has always been one of my favorite Marvel characters. Always. And I did not hate the Ben Affleck movie. I didn't. I liked it. I was just, you gotta understand, I was just happy to have a Daredevil movie at that point. There was no Marvel DC fight back then. Hey, it was a superhero movie and it was Daredevil and Ben Affleck and I was just happy. Yes, it was not the best superhero movie ever. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I still like it. Director's cut's better though. But Netflix did this show and I love it. Oh man, is this a great show or what? Alright, so if you don't know, Daredevil is a guy that when he was like roughly 9, got blinded by some chemicals which gave him superior, we'll call them senses. Yeah. Some argue that this is not a superpower. I argue that it is. If you can hear someone coming from you from 3 floors down and you know what cologne they're wearing, guess what? That's a superpower. You know where everyone is in the room before you go in the room. That's a superpower. Sure, it's not Superman super powerful, but still, superpowers have varying degrees. So Matt Murdock at age 9 gets blinded, gets all these extra abilities, and he gets this kind of radar sense, kind of. It's never fully explained properly because there's been like 1,000 comic book writers and every one of them has a different take on it. But basically he can kind of tell where everything is. He can't see fine detail, but he can tell where everything is in a room. He can see movement. He can see what you're doing roughly. And then as an adult, he decides, I got all this extra ability. He can fight like the devil, and that's partly the thing. And he decides to fight crime. At first he just goes out in black. He looks a bit like a ninja. It covers everything and there's no eye holes. I guess people just assume he can see through that, but it's like he doesn't need to because he's blind. So he goes and fights crime, and this is basically year 1 of Daredevil. There was a couple years ago called Batman Year 1. This is the Daredevil version of that. It adheres pretty close to one of the comic books that Frank Miller wrote. So it's about him, he has a regular life, he's a lawyer, he has a best friend that's named Foggy who's a lawyer with him, and they open up an office. And the first season on Netflix is all about how he comes into being Daredevil and how that kind of reacts with the rest of his life. And there's a guy named Kingpin who's not really ever called Kingpin in this, but he's Kingpin. And he basically is running crime in Hell's Kitchen, and Daredevil wants to take him down. But Matt Murdock also wants to take him down. Matt Murdock, Daredevil, the same person obviously. One's a lawyer, one's a crime fighter. They work together because they're the same guy. That's the plot. Let's talk about the cast. Charlie Cox. This guy is freaking awesome. I saw him first in Boardwalk Empire, thought he was great, so when I heard he was cast as Daredevil, I was just like, that would work. And it does. The guy has some acting chops, the guy has some fighting chops, he's got a lot of chops. What's up? He was pretty much the perfect choice to play Matt Murdock in Daredevil. He knows how to play the quiet moments and the big moments. In the last episode, he looks awesome in the suit. Then you got Eldon Henson as Foggy. I haven't seen this guy since Mighty Ducks for a while. Yeah, he was one of the Bash brothers. Yeah, I was thrilled to see this. And you know what? I like this, because in the one thing in the Daredevil movie, they made Foggy an idiot. Foggy's not an idiot. He's just not like as awesome as Matt. But you know, he's still not an idiot. And in this, he is not an idiot. He's a smart lawyer. He represents himself well. And he's funny. He's exactly like Foggy was properly in the comic when he's written well. Okay, then you get the bad guys. You got Vincent D'Onofrio playing Wilson Fisk, who's the Kingpin. And oh my lord. They picked the perfect person for this too. Kingpin originally in the comics is a bigger man, like, okay, he's fat, but he's also muscle. But I understand why you couldn't do that fully, but you know, Vincent D'Onofrio is a big guy. He's not small, and he totally plays Wilson Fisk as the person he is. He's a guy who's very calculated, very cold, but at the same time, if you get him emotional, man, does he got anger issues. He just chokes you with his hands, just yeah, he's awesome. Running at the cast, you got Karen Ann Wall as Karen Page. She is beautiful. Oh, yeah. And talented. She's a good actress. She's kind of someone they save and then she ends up working for them, and really good character. And Rosario Dawson has this role as a nurse that helps Matt out a couple times. And I gotta be honest, a little in love with Rosario Dawson right now. Can you blame me? No, you can't, can you? No. She doesn't have a huge part for the whole series, but she's got a good part for a couple episodes. I hope we see more of her, though. You got Von D. Curtis Hall as a reporter. Now, his storyline was the weakest part of the whole series as far as I'm concerned. It was good, but it was the slowest, weakest part of the series so far. But I still liked him as a character. Thought he was pretty good. And his acting was really good. This cast is terrific. I gotta say, the story they put together, awesome. And this is not for kids. Marvel is finally going darker, and they're doing it on Netflix, and that's really smart. This is not going to be for everyone. My kids want to watch it. Not happening. Not yet. No. They've gone darker. I love the Arrow show on the CW, but I would prefer if Arrow had this chance to do, like, instead of going full seasons, did 13 episodes and they condensed the story, making it one story more and less episodic. Overall, I love Daredevil. I thought it was really well done. I'm really looking forward to what Netflix is going to do in the future. They have a bunch of other Marvel shows they lined up of characters you probably don't know that well. I know some of them okay, some of them I don't. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. I give Daredevil 4.5 beards out of 5. Overall, it's really good. There's a few things that could have been tightened up here and there story-wise and stuff, but overall, it's just really, really well made. And I can't wait to see where they go with it. So, if you watch Daredevil, you're going to. Caution, if you start, you may have to call in sick the next day because you can finish it. 13 episodes, it's roughly around 45 to 50 minutes an episode. Yeah, you're gonna be tired, but it's so worth it. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you want to see more of these TV things. I got a couple of them lined up. And again, thanks to my buddy CBL Animation for the new thumbnail. And until next time, stay bearded, everyone. You ever watching the Daredevil guy? Oh yeah, he's talking about Daredevil. Yeah, watch it, love it, Netflix it. That should be the slogan. Subscribe and tell your friends. And as always, your thoughts after. You're a badass, I'm a badass, you're a badass, won't you be a badass too? Bye-bye.